Ladies and gentlemen, we are welcoming you for this communication of the month of June. Last month, as far as we are forecast, we have experienced all over the country 3 major phenomena. Scorching sun all over the country, and sometimes thunderstorms and very strong winds. During this month of June, the forecast is expecting the transition between the El Nino phenomenon, we will be going throughout the neutral condition to the El Nino condition by the end of the year. This situation will lead to many activities all over the country because the position of the intertropical continuity zone is actually very far ahead of the country, exposing all the country on the sun of the monsoon coming from the sea. We want you people to listen very carefully to the advice and the forecast that will be given by our expert. Once more, you are welcome. Thank you.
During the month of May 2024, the intertropical front moved from south to north until reaching 20 degrees north latitude. This situation favored the start of rainfall in the far north of the country, notably in Kaile and Yagua, and strong wind of around 18 meters per second during the third decade of May. Maximum temperature of around 45 degrees Celsius in Kuseri were also recorded during the first decade. During the month of June 2024, episodic temperature sustaining is expected in most parts of the country. Excessive cumulative rainfall are expected in the coastal part and western highlands. On the other hand, the situation will be normal in the northern region and the rest of the country will experience deficit cumulative rainfall. The Department of National Meteorology, therefore, advises coastal populations and those in the far west to avoid permanent activities in risky lowlands. The population of the north must strengthen vulnerable infrastructures against strong wind, and the rest of the country must take appropriate measures against the risk of water and thermal stress. For more details, follow the Department of National Meteorology on website www.meteocameroon.gov.cn. Thank you.
During the month of May, the national maritime space was dominated by stormy weather associated with heavy rains as well as a slightly rough sea state with wave higher 1 meter than having caused the capsizing of canoes in Japan to the north of coast. A prevailing southwesterly wind of around 5 knots associated with gusts above 25 knots was recorded for a surrounding air temperature of 33 degrees Celsius in Douala and moderate to poor horizontal visibility. Forecast for the month of June announced an intensification of rainstorm activities, sometimes accompanied by wind gusts of up to 30 knots. The sea will sometimes be rough and visibility will sometimes be poor. Sea users are advised to avoid going out to sea in stormy weather and to always wear an approved and suitable safety vest, to regularly consult our forecast distributed via several platforms and on our mobile application. Track the site meteocameroon.gov.cn.
During the month of May 2024, significant amount of rainfall were recorded in most parts of the national territory. This agrometeorological situation has favored the maturity of some crops such as corn, bean, and groundnut in the southern part of the country. On the other hand, poor spatial and temporal distribution of this rain caused ground anomaly in some localities such as Yabasi, Dop, San Melima, Chico, Mangum, and Yoko. On the pastoral level, thermal stress caused a drop in intake leading to a slight loss of weight in pig production in the littoral, center, sun, east, and southwest regions. In perspective, during the month of June, the start of sowing is recommended in the far north during the third decade with the onset of rain in this part of Cameroon. Mainly, the drop in precipitation in the southern part will favor harvest in some localities. Concerning livestock farming, thermal stress will persist in cattle and pig basin in the northern of the country, east and south region. The Department of National Meteorology advises breeders to regularly make available water for the animals. We recommend that you follow our detailed information in our decadal bulletin on our various media. Thank you.
Throughout the month of May, the following extreme weather phenomena were observed. We have strong winds of about 36 knots that were recorded at Yagua in the far north during the third decade of May. Heat stroke in the north and in the littoral regions with a maximum value of about 45 degrees centigrade were equally recorded in Kuseri during the first decade. And finally, we observed heavy rains recorded in the center, in the Adamawa, in the littoral, and in the southwest, leading sometimes to flash floods. During the month of June, this situation will probably persist. However, the episodic softening of temperatures observed since the end of May continue to predominate in most parts of the country. We therefore advise populations to continue remain hydrated, to respect basic hygiene rules, and to follow the advice provided by the Department of National Meteorology through the various bulletins they provide.